So today we're going to be talking about Eye of the World, or The Eye of the World, sorry. And this is the first book in the Wheel of Time series. I'm doing this review a little bit differently because I'm already on and halfway through the fifth book, but I wanted to just get my opinions out on some of the previous novels so I can catch up to where I am so we can get regular reviews out for the Wheel of Time series because it's one I've been meaning to read for ages. It's kind of a staple of the fantasy genre as a whole, and especially now that they're talking about, well, they've started filming a second season already of the TV show that they're going to be bringing out. So definitely want to make sure I've read them before the show airs. But if we start off with The Eye of the World, and I'm going to kind of talk spoiler free for the first part, and then I'll talk spoilers a bit at the end because I kind of need to be able to get through some of this. But so this starts off with a kind of village festival, and we're introduced to the characters of Rand, who's the kind of one of the main characters, and he is kind of like the um, uh, he's an interesting character. He's got a very good dynamic with his father, and there's some scenes there which I really like. We're also introduced to Mat, who is already seen as a bit of a troublemaker and has got this era of like having been able to get at things and like kind of plays a lot of pranks and kind of that kind of stuff. And then got Perrin, who is the heart, what like the I'd say in a way is kind of like a bit of a moral backbone to the group, the three of them, and he's kind of the hardworking and like moral character. And all three of these are really well written, especially as you go through the story and see the rest, like continue to see how they progress. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but Perrin's arc in this book I really like. I thought that was really well done, and these characters end up being uh, basically what I've seen before is that it's very the first third, maybe half of the book is a kind of very obvious kind of nod to its predecessor, like Lord of the Rings, and it's very similar to that. But I'm not going to say like mark that down as a bad thing because it's showing that it's got its roots within the classic fantasy kind of genre, and then builds towards a more nuanced and different interpretation, which I really like. One thing that Robert Jordan does really well is his world building and the kind of way these everything is introduced. I think is really well done. I'm gonna give kind of minor spoilers, but it's just what happens at the beginning of the book, where the village is attacked by these Trolloc creatures, and you meet in this whole scene at the beginning. You meet Tom, Tom, um, and he is a gleeman, and he's like one of these characters that you see. It doesn't look like you're gonna like him as a character. He seems like, but he's the like most lovable favorite character. You don't understand entirely why he's helping them, but he does end up helping them, and he's just one of my favorite characters. I love him, and not only that, but you've got Moraine, who is the Aes Sedai, and for what he's done here is Jordan's made the Aes Sedai these people that are kind of like feared in a way, and they're always like the kind of way Gandalf is supposed, like they say, oh yeah, he's a troublemaker, wizards troublemaker, yeah, whatever. But in here, it's put up a notch, and people are scared of these people because they always end up kind of bringing destruction, and are kind of basically people are scared of them. And she has got her warder, and that's Lan, who is an absolute badass. He's amazing. I love his character, and on top of those ensemble. You've also got the kind of uh, potential love interest of the main character Rand, um, called Egwene, and she ends up going with them when they leave the village. And you've also got the young Wisdom, uh, called Nynaeve, who also ends up going after them to try and help make sure they're all right. And this kind of ensemble of characters is very good. I like the dynamic between, because it's weird because with a big group like this, you end up having some characters not talking to each other like others, and kind of some relationships are more fleshed out than others. Whereas in this, they all seem to be done very well. The plot of this one kind of continues onwards like a, I don't know, goes like this and then poof by the end. I don't really want to say too much, but like I'll just give you that about plot. Okay, so we're gonna talk spoilers now. If you haven't watched it, go click off the video, go watch one of my other videos, or just read the book and then come back and. But for everyone else who has read the book, we're gonna talk spoilers now. I feel like let's just talk about Rand. I feel like the whole idea that he can channel, and that is kind of, you kind of pick up on that quite early on, but you're not 100% sure. But for most readers, you probably picked up on some of the clues there that was going to be something that was brought out. But other than that, I like the issue I do have with this book. I think I've said this. I don't know if I've said this before, but the climax of the book is very, I don't know, vague and kind of but all over the place. But it just does make just makes you want to read more about the series and like understand what's going on. So yeah, that's the only issue I really have with this book, to be honest. The characters are really well done. Perrin's arc in this, where he kind of his morals, he's kind of questioned, and then the whole dealings with the White Cloaks and all of that. I don't, yeah. I got, like I said, I read this book a few months ago because obviously I've read. I'm now on the 5th book, Fires of Heaven or whatever. So it's been a bit of a while, but I do remember really liking Perrin's arc. Mat is just the way he play the part he plays in the story. It's just hilarious. Like he'll do whatever he wants, and there's no consequences. Or if there are, they're always like solved by someone else because he can't be asked. He can't do. He just, yeah. Mat does what he wants, and he's a great character to read. And I do very much enjoy that. The good thing about this book is it just makes you want to read more. I'm, like I said, on the 5th book now, so I'm continuing on ahead. I'll try and get videos out for the others soon, because I know, especially as the new series is coming out, I want to hear other people's thoughts on this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will leave a video either side of me with my other recommendations for fantasy books and other fantasy series to start. And make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!